We had the first major climate change event in 1992, the Rio Earth Summit. The first articles I read came out in 1988. This was James Hansen from NASA writing about CO2 and climate change and the future weather. And the Earth Summit in 1992 was the first UN conference that specifically targeted climate change and carbon dioxide. And then since then, they've had the Conference of Parties conferences, and they've had one a year ever since. And they're really amazing events. In 1997, they had the Kyoto Summit, the Kyoto Accord. And this is pretty well everyone shows up. I know Canada went to the 1997 Kyoto Accord. Jean Chrétien signed the Kyoto Protocol to make sure that it's pretty hard to go to one of these things without sort of agreeing to the consensus document. But then he went home and passed into law. There was a commitment to bring in global cap and trade and cut emissions, and then nothing happened. There are quite a number of UN conferences where everyone gets together and talks about how awful things are. 30,000 people fly from all over the world, say we have to quit flying, and then they sign something, and then they all go home. Because it's so much easier in a controlled environment like a UN conference to agree that we must do something, then go home and inflict it on the population. And this is where it gets testy. For example, if China were to do what is said to be done, say the Paris, that 2015 climate change agreement, if China were to do that, they would have to unplug all the coal-fired generators immediately. And that would cut off electricity to like a number of billion people. And you would have chaos. You would have insurrection and chaos in the streets that would make the potential 2-foot rise of an ocean in 20 years pale by comparison.